Yo, yo. What's good, Batman? Did they say how big the update was gonna be? I don't think so. I find it crazy how this boss really starts before you even make it to the ring.
Light it up! Letting brave names echo!
You're toast! Out of the fright, let's ride! Surf's up!
Let's ride! Bring it!
Hey-ya! Check this out! Best of luck!
It's gonna be bigger than like 30 gigs? I don't know. Probably. Most likely.
Need a surfboard?
Excuse me. My mic isn't muting when I mute it. Yo, yo. Really interesting.
Alright, it's muting now. Alright, making sure. It's only 2 new characters in a quest. How big can it be? I don't know. I mean, no, we're getting a new area as well.
All right.
Nice
We're getting a whole new
spicy.
area, so it's gonna be pretty big.
You're toast.
Burn it down.
Oh yeah, we're getting a whole new map expansion.
I must protect my clients. Woohoo!
All right. Hear the echoes of the valley.
Out of the frying pan, into the fire. Eat,
Light it up.
carving waves. The journey's
No, my Mulani, no!
Ah!
woohoo! Off we go.
I gotta restart that.
Off we go.
Oh, God. That's enough. Let engraved names echo.
Hey, yeah!
Rise with the sun.
Surf's up!
All right.
Nice and spicy!
Light it up. Light of the blazing sun. Hear the echoes of the valley.
Faster! Amazing!
Bro, did he did it again, bro?
Catch an epic wave! Whoosh!
That sucks.
Oh! Need a surfboard?
Hello, Momo.
Bring it.
Let's ride!
Good job, boss.
Woohoo!
How are you doing? I'm doing good. Doing good. I'm trying to make my Mulani good. It's crazy how I had Mulani, the first Natlan character to drop, and I have now worked on her. Literally, my Kanich, Mawika, Shilolin, everyone is better than her. So I'm building my Mulani, finally.
Silence!
Stay focused. Cloud's high. The birds.
Show no mercy. Let the world come alive.
I didn't want to do this to the dragon. I didn't want to bring out Daddy Nouvelette. But he made me bring out the Hydro Dragon himself. I didn't want to do it to you. Dragon versus dragon. I literally need one more? Are you kidding me? That's crazy.
Justice is blindsided.
Fulfill our pact. Strike a pose.
Wait, why did I scroll cryo?
Laline, it's Papa. Get.
Settle down.
Let my name echo in song.
The tides beckon.
Nouvelette is just so good. He's literally him. Alright, Molani. I gotta get a few characters max level. I only have my Traveler level 60. Yeah, bro, work on those characters, man. How many did I need? I didn't even check. That's enough. Alright, level 90 Mulani, okay. Her weapon needs to be maxed out now. This is like her best weapon, right? Besides the one for Nouvelette, yeah, this is her best weapon, yeah. I can run the Witsit. So maybe I should just run the Witsit then, maybe? Yeah, maybe I should just run this. That's a pretty good ratio. She's at 70 crit rate over 234. That's pretty good. 31k HP. Not bad. 37 EM though. What talent needs to be leveled up? This one. All devouring no wall. Get me in there, Chief. Wait, did I say I have no resin? Damn. Well, we got resin now. Alright, all the Kino time. Let's go, let's go. W level 90? Indeed, indeed. What the fuck?
Gather!
Laid bare.
I hate fighting this boss. It's
Let's
so
light
annoying.
it up. Everybody stand.
Can you please just come? Please! This dumb bro, this boss takes 50 million years. Bro, if the boss didn't do all this crazy stupid stuff, I could literally kill it in one go. But it always does like this dumb shit. I hate it. Bro, Arlecchino's E didn't even reach it. Oh my god, I'm losing full. This boss is so annoying.
That engraved name's echo. Huh? Teamwork is strength.
Laid bare.
Solidify.
Bring it. Everybody stand back.
Give me what I need. 1 and 1? Are you kidding me? Bruh. Well, I didn't mean to do that.
Add Astra. Thank you for Add Astra.
Then I have to get a better weapon for Noelle and grind materials for that. You got this. The Genshin grind is real? Yeah, it is. How much resin do I have now? I have enough to still do my books. Alright, let's do some books. I just wasted some on a Mulaney.
Go for room. Fight.
Gather.
All right. Let's light it up.
I just feel like Mulaney needs like a good shielder. I'm surprised we don't have a shielder in that land yet, to be honest. We should have one.
Transfixed.
Genshin been out for like 5 years, still no lock on. I mean, you don't need a lock on. Like if you know how to play the game, you don't need a lock on feature. But I mean, yeah, it doesn't have one because your character automatically locks onto the opponent when you're near someone. In case you didn't know that. As you can see, look, I'm right here. I'm not locking onto him. As you see, my character is automatically attached to enemy. So it has it locked on by itself, as you can see. Like, look, it goes straight to attack the enemy. I'm looking this way, it goes over there to attack the enemy. So it has a lock on. You just can't see it. So yeah. In case you didn't know.
All right, let's finish this fast.
All right. I'm going in. That was quick. All right.
Solidify.
Laid bare.
Everybody stand back.
I didn't do that too early, right? I don't think so. So yeah. Mualani. Oh, this is open today? I could do 2 runs on this. It's as though? It's not that as, bro.
I see everything.
Let's get it on. I'm going in.
I got him cornered.
Bro, oh, it still hit him.
Full glory! It's your souls in sacrifice! Scared.
Look alive.
Locked on.
Forever hold your peace.
No, I'm not gonna do that. I get resin in literally 1 minute. Alright. Oh. Actually, by the time I do the domain, it should be refreshed.
Buckle up.
I see everything. Make yourselves at home.
Teamwork is true.
Target acquired.
One minute? Alright, we gotta wait 1 minute, guys. It was good, Shubham. Welcome. I still can't believe how that thing's like a pixel. Resinless behavior? What do you mean, bro? I already used. My resin was just maxed. And I just used it, bro. This isn't resinless behavior. Like, what are you? What? What the heck? I want Varisa, but this banner made me poor. What, you summoned for Farina constellations? Is that what you did? There's no way you summoned for Ryzen, right? I think Risley's so ass. Please tell me you summoned for Farina constellations and not Risley. Please. Oh, you managed to get C4 Farina? Yeah, Farina is literally amazing. I got max resin. Well, you should spend your resin. You're not supposed to have max resin. If you're capped on resin, you should always spend it. But you're not supposed to have capped resin. All right, well, back to these hangouts. I got these hangouts to do that I'm doing. I still need to do Kave's, Layla's, what's his name? I don't even know this guy's name. Hazo, I think. Yujin, Goro, Sayu, Toma, Noel, and Chung Yun.
Kaveh, what are you doing here?
It helps with the energy problem, so when her pets attack, it restores energy. When she heals, also restores energy.
Reacting earlier. Can we try discussing the project some more?
My apology. If I choose you...
To be perfectly honest, even now, I still know nothing about the building's intended purpose. All I know is that you want to build something in the desert. I am aware that overly specific requests will restrain the architect's artistic freedom. However, I've produced several draft proposals.
Yes, it's just... the timber here.
Architectural design. Same with the top. If all you need...
Actually,
I think...
I want...
We've gone through many proposals, and this draft is already...
Thank you. I still have a few...
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it real. I don't care about Kave's hangout.
I also have a similar...
Get me out of here.
He does seem real... That's actually pretty... The more Mora... Actually, now that I think of...
Don't do Noel. I want to do that one on my own. Oh, I'm not doing Noel's anytime soon.
Huh? Where did he go? I could have sworn he went this way. Hey, look!
Didn't I tell you before? Plus...
Oh, you won't have to... I don't have...
You used
To be fair, I wonder how come they stopped dropping hangouts.
Apples in our ranks, but most are just trying to make a living. We're not that greedy.
I feel like every
nature,
character in the game should have a hangout. Like, the fact that they stopped
given
doing
the
them is
job.
kind of weird.
Let me
Feel like,
think.
bro, if we give them too many primo gems, no more
but
hangouts.
I still can't take you in.
Okay.
He used to be a
I haven't
member
done
of
a
the
single
Army?
hangout? Damn. I mean, this is the only content I have left on my account, literally, the only ones. So I might as well do it.
Huh? Why are you guys here?
That's what we want. There's no need...
Believe me.
A library? I've heard that the academia...
You're right. The desert is too... And what's more... All I know is I don't have much longer. I didn't want you to...
To the point that you eat...
When I first... Someone agreed. After that, I spent a while... By the way...
Just a hunt. I ran into someone who... He said that he had no way to pay for it, so I loaned him some of my own Mora, and told him to get some stone and
They
timber
said no
from the
more
local
free
vendors.
gems, bums, buy some?
And after that,
Bruh.
according to him...
Those kinds of...
It ultimately
I bought enough
neither
Primo
of our-
Gems in my time.
Anyway,
That's what I was. I've done the math, so.
by
To be honest, all I want is to build. A while ago, I know so even if the.
yeah, my father passed. I'm sure a child, but let's bring building it according. A slightly different. Most while it's true that to completely give. However, to make up for the loss of.
I see.
It just as for inspiration.
Aru.
Okay, then
Is there something?
let me think. We want to keep the road.
All right.
What are you waiting for?
We're going to the desert. No, I missed it. No. Damn.
Try and stop me!
Most materials going from Caravan Rebat to Aru Village would pass. There are a lot of monsters out here today. If you find it hard to keep up, just let us know.
Button tapping
Oh, don't worry
101. Yeah, just spam X. Wait, why do I have
Scanning.
Traveler out? What is this?
Pyroclastic surge!
They gave me a Traveler.
I'm fine, but it's one thing I didn't think much. Few mercenaries,
Is there someone you know who?
and for sometimes I joined the Aram, if at all possible.
I think it's really. Maybe he's doing this out of natural. Some people call me, but my situation. When I was young, he set off. I never saw it. I started doing many things. At this point, I've tried self. Maybe it's just I could be doing. Anyway, I've known all. He told me. I still believe I. Unfortunate, as you can see, and when I. Some. Oh,
The day
please.
Genshin Impact
Either
adds
way.
a skip button
All right.
will be the day every player of Genshin Impact will rejoice with happiness. Just add a skip button.
Rev the engines!
Now that we're here, it's my partner's time to shine.
Oh, what's this?
My toolbox. I'll take Marak and.
Traveler?
Ah, you know.
Hello.
Educationalist.
I can't.
I've been commissioned.
A library?
That's right.
That's fantastic.
Let me get straight to. Oh, and. All right, Badawi, let's go over the parts of the project. I want to make our final call. Marak has produced a sketch. The inspiration I must give you, according to the traditions of my profession. I should probably, in the meantime.
I can't wait for the Wuthering Waves update. It's gonna be so good. Like, honestly, it's gonna be amazing. I love Wuthering Waves so much. Alright, let's go do this again, bro. This is the only problem with Hangouts. I hate how you have to go back and do the same thing over and over. Sucking the fun out of these story quests? Me? Kabe's story is not important. It's not a story quest, it's a hangout. And this Kabe story quest or a hangout is not going to be interesting. Like, what? If you think this is interesting for hangouts for Kabe, then you must like Kabe or something, because it's boring.
Try and stop
That's all I
me!
can tell you.
Hip.
What? Lolly, why did you do that? Wait, it's because I have no stamina. They're all interesting in their own way. I just don't care about Kaveh. Maybe if I cared about the character, I would listen to it, but I don't care about Kaveh at all. So yeah. Also, maybe if you're here in the last stream, Voxy, yesterday, I listened to all of Kaya's hangouts. I did the whole thing. I listened to the whole thing. Maybe if you're in that stream, you would know that I do listen to the ones I want to listen to. But you know, you weren't even here yesterday. Just say it. Just say it. I listened to every single voice line in Kaya's hangout.
Ever.
Did I regret it? Kind of.
Oh, hey. I wasn't Actually, while we're on that, what are you doing here at the tavern? So you saw that, did you?
Chainsaw Man movie coming out September
I thought I was in the
19th.
clear. I made sure
Yeah,
to double
Chainsaw
check.
Man movie gonna be really good.
Stress is just an inescapable part of
The
being a
Rize arc
working
was
adult.
pretty good.
Boss, I'll have a glass of wine. Do you want something too?
I
I'll put
was,
it
but I
on my
didn't say
tab.
anything. Alright, W Voxy. If you're there, but you're
Wine
just
and a
lurking,
glass of
alright.
juice.
W. I gotta take your word for it.
I know you're already keeping us. That guy.
Oh, they have a skip button. Wait, they have a skip button for Hangouts? Oh my gosh. Oh yeah. That's crazy. Well, which one should I pick? I'm gonna pick this one.
No worries. It was just an. It's been bothering me.
They have
for
a skip button for Hangouts. That shit was boring, plus Kaya's lame. Bro, Kaya's not lame, bro.
Sounds great to me.
What do you mean? If you think Kaya's lame, then it's like, do you even pay attention to the story at all?
Huh?
Kaya
Where
is
did
gonna
that
come around in the
from?
story and do
I
something
mean,
crazy
it's
when
not like
we
it's
go to
some kind of
Conria.
secret.
It's gonna be
You
crazy.
probably already know. My mother is also an
Probably even
architect.
Snezhnaya, but I would
I've
assume in
always adored
Conria
her drawing.
is
Perhaps.
when we get more Kaya lore.
In fact,
And it's gonna be
I have
good.
also seen my mother. Unfortunately, I did remember something.
But Conria
else,
is the
though.
last place we're going to. That's
When
a
my
long
mother
time.
Left, at the time, she even told me that it would be great if I could learn a few lessons from her life experiences, so my life and career could go a little more smoothly. I hadn't quite come to grips with my emotions, and didn't really have it in me to go through any sentimental items. So I just packed anything with memories away in a box and haven't reopened it since. It's been a
Diluc
really
is
long
way better.
time.
Well, yeah, Diluc's cool.
Now that
Yeah,
so many
he's
years
dope.
have passed, maybe I have finally developed the maturity I need to face those
He about to
memories
pull
without
up the
losing my mind.
most main character
Yeah.
lore dropping secret.
should
Nah,
dig it
for
out
real.
and
That's what I'm
take a
trying to
look.
say. Like, Kaya's gonna be crazy when it tell us more.
Sorry, I've had too much to drink and wasn't thinking clearly. You're right. I should do these kinds of things with the support of a friend. Speaking of that, I can call you a friend now, right?
Kaya wants to be our friend. I mean, not Kaya. Kave wants to be our friend.
Either way, thanks for reminding
All
me
right,
that I can
Kave,
invite
you
to
could be
come
my
along.
friend.
Had I just
Fine,
gone back by
fine.
myself, it would have looked like I'm deliberately trying to keep things from you. Ugh, thinking too hard about the words is giving me a headache, so I'll just give it to you straight. Thanks to your advice, I have decided to put my current projects on pause for now, and spend some time trying to rekindle the passion for my craft. If you want to stick around and see how this will turn out, you'll be sure to encounter some bits and pieces of my past. Do you think you'd find that too boring? All right, then let's head back together. I mean, you already know where I live. Who knew that the day would come when I too would have some friends over? Let me see. I should have tidied up the place before I left the house this morning.
We're going to Kave's house?
Ethan shouldn't
Oh
be home
shit,
now
this is
either.
crazy.
He's usually in the records room at this time of the day.
He invited us over to
Anyway,
his crib.
there's no more time for drinks. I'll go take care of the bill.
And he's paying the bill? Over here? Yo, W friend, bro. Yo, we need more friends like him. He pays the bill and everything? Nah, this guy's him. W.
Burn it down!
Kave's not your friend? Bro, he doesn't have to be your friend, bro, alright? He's my friend, though. He's my friend now, apparently. Yo, Kave, why is your house so far, bro?
Alhaitham isn't in, so feel free to sit wherever. I'll bring out the box. Oh, nothing. I just didn't realize how much time had passed. The box is pretty dusty, which means it's already been a while since I've moved into this place. And many years since my mother moved to Fontaine. I'm happy for her.
Wait, your mom moved to Fontaine?
I hope she'll be able to find happiness.
Wait, that's crazy
there.
lore.
She raised
That's
me
not
all
crazy
by
lore,
herself
but-
after my father passed away.
Her mom
It
moved to
definitely wasn't
Fontaine.
easy for her.
Or his mom.
Anyway, enough about that. Let's see what I packed into this box. What are all these things?
Fontaine mentioned? That's crazy.
I remember now. This is a drawing I made in Port Ormuz. Obviously, I wouldn't call it anything special now, but I was less than 5 years old when I made this drawing. That's more than 20 years ago. You could say it's pretty good for a child of that age. Now that I've said that out loud, I suppose I do have some level of artistic talent, right? Criticism and self-doubt have always been a part of the artistic process. Without criticism, there can be no improvement. It's normal for me to question my abilities from time to time. I admit that I may have spent a little too long questioning myself this time around, but as you know, the heart tends to dwell on whatever it pleases. Anyway, never mind. The more I talk about it, the less confident I feel. Let's see what else we have in the box. Ah, my building blocks! It's been years since I've last seen these. When I was a kid, I used to stack them super high, and could even stabilize the tower to keep it from tumbling over. Oh, and this blueprint. I made it by copying my mother's sketch, and the aspect ratio was horrendous. It's still technically the first blueprint I made myself, though. I was super proud of myself when I finished it, and put it in the same pile as my mother's sketches, hoping she'd notice and compliment me for my good work. Unfortunately, my mother didn't realize that I had put it there. When she had a meeting with a client the next day, she handed my blueprint to him by mistake. The client was completely confused by this new blueprint, but apparently he felt too tongue-tied to question such a famous architect. It was only a few days later that he finally gathered up the courage to pay my mother a visit. He asked, "The door in this blueprint is even taller than the roof. Is this supposed to be part of the design?" My mother took me with her to personally apologize to the client several times. She didn't scold me about it in private, though. Instead, she went over all the steps required to draw a good blueprint, and was very patient throughout the whole process. I still remember it like it was yesterday. Let's see, is there anything else left in this box? Huh. What was this again? Ah, this is my mother's notebook. She used to write and sketch in it all the time. When I was a child, I used to be super fascinated by this notebook, and always pestered my mother to let me read it. After asking her a few times, she told me that I could read it as long as I could guess the password. Huh. Wonder why she didn't take this notebook with her. Did she leave it to me on purpose? If only I could. I never managed to guess the password. Hey, it's not a matter of time, it's a matter of inspiration. That's what we need to guess the password. Who knows? Maybe this time something will click in my head, and the answer will just present itself. Let me think. What could it be? I could tell what you were thinking. Don't worry, I tried
can
all
tell
the
what I
easy
was
guesses
thinking.
a long time ago.
This guy.
I've tried my name, my father's name, my mother's name, my grandparents' names on both sides, and all of our birthdays. I've tried every name and number remotely related to my family. I've even tried stuff like Love You Kave, Take Care, and Yours Truly. I've tried every cheesy phrase and well-wish in the book, but this lock has refused to budge. I wouldn't try that route again. I have a hunch that it won't be that simple. Also, if she really did use something like that, she'd never hear the end of it from the folks over at Haravatat if they ever found out. So we could find someone who was close to my mother and see if they might know anything? I see what you're saying, but who should we talk to for that? My mother was never really the one to be social. My father was the one with more friends, but all those connections were severed when he died. Let me think. Is there still someone at the academia who would know my mother? Ah, actually, there is someone. Professor Zaha Hadid.
The professor?
Huh. You've never really heard of her? She's a famous Kasharwar scholar and leading expert in formal garden design. My mother studied under her as a student many years ago. Professor Zaha Hadid published many works during her career, so I was able to learn a lot by studying her essays. If there's anyone who still remembers my mom, it'd be her. She's older now and is no longer teaching at the academia. But if I remember correctly, she spends most of her time around the Bimarstan area. Let's go take a look. We might run into her if we're lucky.
Alright, let's go, Kabe. Let's go have a look, shall we? Yo, this is Kabe's house, bro. It's not bad. He got a nice... is that a couch? He has 2 couches? Or 3 couches, what the... Or are those all beds? I don't know. Nice, nice. Oh, shit.
Rev the engines!
What am I supposed to do now?
It's Tainari, my goat!
Forget it.
My goat
I'll just
Tainari,
head
bro,
back.
let's go.
Tainari? What are you doing here?
Oh, it's you. Good to finally see you again. I came into the city to buy some experiment reagents, hoping to bring them back with me to Gandharvaville. But as soon as I got here, I noticed someone banging on Cyrus's door. You've all heard of Cyrus, right? He's an ex-sage and Cyno's adoptive father. I was thinking about going over to ask what's happening. That granny over there may appear old and frail, but her vocal cords certainly sound loud and healthy as ever.
Granny?
Yeah, she's just over there. You can go check out the situation yourselves in a moment. Kaveh, were you at the tavern?
Of course I was at the tavern.
I had a quick drink or two. Can you still smell the alcohol?
Drinking in broad daylight. Really? You want to pass out by the road and get run over by a sumpter beast like some
What do you
mindless
mean?
fungus? Huh? And you, traveler? You didn't try to stop him?
Yo, he's scolding us. Damn.
You look like a wreck, Kaveh. What happened? Are you feeling down again? You know what? I'm hosting a meal at Pardistii tomorrow evening. Do you want to come?
Huh? Oh, I had no idea. Let me think for a moment. I'll come if I can find some time.
All right. Then I'll plan on reserving 2 seats for you. I'll be heading back to Gandharvaville for now. I have a feeling that argument over there is going to continue for quite some time. It might be best if we don't get involved.
A granny who lives nearby. Let's go take a look.
Ha! So, plan on keeping yourself locked in there, huh? My tomato was growing so well, it had all the potential to become the best tomato this year, and you cut it straight from the vine!
I already told you I had nothing to do with it. Why would I take a tomato that's still weeks from ripening? You'd have to be awfully green as an investigator to think it was me.
Ugh.
You see, the word green here can refer to both the color of the tomato and the fact that your skills could use some.
Enough nonsense! Just come out and face me, you coward!
You're out
Damn.
of your mind. If I've actually done something wrong, then get a mantra and pull me out by force, why don't ya?
Oh, why you?
Professor Zaha Hadid?
And who are you? Oh, Kaveh. Fancy seeing you here. How long has it been? Come on, get over here and let the professor take a good look at you. Not bad, not bad. You've grown taller again.
Professor, what's going on here?
It's no big deal, really. A few of us old scholars got bored in our retirement and decided to put together a vegetable growing competition. At the end, whoever loses will have to go up on stage and do a performance for the winners. Which brings us to our current predicament. My tomato was sure to win until a certain someone decided they couldn't bear to lose.
Hey, don't try to defame me in front of the kids. If we're airing out each other's dirty laundry now, then why don't we talk about you sneaking into Janat's garden the other night?
Lucky for you, seeing these youngsters come to pay their respects today has put me in a better mood. I'll let you off the hook, for now. Come on, let's go. We'll take our conversation elsewhere. He doesn't need to be a part of it.
Yes, of course.
Try and stop me!
Well, that was close.
Is
thought
Farnak
it was
still
gonna be
doing
farther
well?
away.
Yes, as far as I know. She left for Fontaine some time ago and started a new life for herself. She's still doing work related to architecture, though.
Ah, yes. I did hear about that. Did that upset you at all?
No, not at all. She's already sacrificed a lot raising me as a single mother.
That's good to hear. Your mother did struggle quite a bit those few years. It's probably a good thing that she found a new place to call home. Sometimes I wonder if things were harder for her because she was so beautiful. People were always drawn to her beauty first, only to realize she had a sensitive and vulnerable heart underneath. She was still quite young when she first joined my class as a student. Beautiful and radiant with her golden hair, yet quiet and single-minded. She seemed like a lass from some aristocratic house who was seeing the outside world for the first time. She had to make a lot of drastic changes in her life to raise you on her own. Even during her time in the academia, she was a thorough perfectionist. If she was unsatisfied with something she had made, she'd insist on redoing it, even if I was perfectly happy with it. She had many admirers, and they'd always fill up the first few rows of seats, hoping they could get closer to her sitting in the first row. If it were any of my other classes, you'd have found nobody sitting in the front. But every time I saw her, she was always in that same rigid pose. She'd have one hand on her forehead with the other clutching her pencil. Her eyebrows would be knitted in a frown as she concentrated on the blueprint in front of her.
I'm sure she had many difficult moments in her life. How did she cope with the stress?
I'm not too sure. She never talked about such things with me. She rarely opened up to other people, you know. I do remember one time, though, when she got into a heated argument with a friend. She said something I found very memorable. She said, "True art cannot be understood, but as an artist, I wish some people could understand its meaning and value." If you ask me, that's probably the greatest source of pain for geniuses of their craft. It's extremely hard for them to find someone who can truly understand their ideas.
So that's how it is. I wonder if the password could be... I tried both just now. Seems those aren't it either.
What are you trying to do?
My mother left her notebook to me, but it has a password and I haven't figured out what it is yet. I'm trying to learn more about her so I'd have a better chance at cracking the code. Thank you for all that you told us.
It's the least I can do. Talking to youngsters like yourself makes me feel younger too. Honestly, looking at you now, I can see how much you resemble her. It's almost as if she's standing right in front of me again. Your personalities are quite alike too. You're both stubborn and both a little awkward. Of course, I'm sure the similarities are mostly superficial. But so long as you continue to harbor those traits, you'll find a lot of difficulties in your work. I've taught a lot of students over my career, and in my experience, very few genius architects of Ksharawar ever found happiness for themselves. They would know exactly what they want to express and fight for it tooth and nail, which inevitably led to arguments with their clients. Some clients would choose to respect the architect's vision or just let the argument go because of the architect's reputation, but those are the rare ones. When Faranak first graduated, she was getting into arguments with her clients nearly every single day. I think it only got a little better when she met your father.
I see. But wasn't my father from Ratawahist? Could he understand the designs my mother made?
No, I think they were probably beyond him, too. But despite that, he still stayed next to her, listening to her joys and sharing in her sorrows. Faranek had many admirers, but she ended up choosing your father. His support probably played a part in that decision.
So instead of understanding, perhaps all we need is just companionship. Huh. It worked.
Oh, was that the right password?
Yes!
Then you should be on your way, child. Find a quiet place and see what she wanted to say to you. Being the awkward person that she is, I suppose there were many things that Faranek could never say out loud. Instead, she probably left them in her diary, hoping that they would make their way to you one day.
Bro, you see what I mean, though?
If you're ever
There's
in a mood
no
to
way
chat
people
again,
find this
just
interesting
come and
right now,
find
right?
me here.
The people
You're
in the
always
chat right
welcome
now,
to discuss architecture
tell me,
topics
do you
with me
find
as
this
well.
interesting? What
Thank you
they're
so
talking
much,
about right
Professor.
Please tell me.
There's no need to be so formal.
Answer honestly.
I'll let you kid.
I wonder what my mother could have...
They all say Zaha Hadid's class is the toughest, but I think it's actually not too bad. On the other hand, though, structural mechanics is definitely a pain, no matter how you try to approach it. I doubled down and managed to get through it in the end. I met someone special. At first, I didn't think much of him, but now, I feel very happy whenever I get to spend time with him. We decided to name our son Kaveh. I don't think a younger me would have ever imagined forming such an intimate bond with another person. Back then, I lived only in the shadow of myself, as well as that of the dream in my heart.
This guy Batman said, "Dog, I stopped paying attention when you left the house." See, look, this part right here is interesting. How he's talking about his mom right now, or reading this book about his mom. This part is interesting, but that whole part with that old lady talking, that was not interesting at all.
The bad news came.
This part is good though.
And even though it's been several days now, I still can't bring myself to come to terms with what happened. My eyes are so swollen it's hard to see. What if they're all lying to me? And this is just a long, cruel dream. But I have to face reality. I still have someone to take care of. No matter what happens, I'll do my best to raise my son on my own.
Huh? Is this a drawing? Seems like it was done by my mother. This blonde man was probably my father, but who are the other people in the picture? Huh? Why do a few of them look somewhat familiar? From the dates in the notebook, she probably drew this more than 30 years ago.
And then Voxy
I
said,
hadn't even been
"This
born
stream
yet.
is just background noise.
Maybe
I'm on
we were
Reddit right
thinking
now.
too much.
I mean, hey, as long as you
and
want
there are a
background
few
noise, I
lines
got
written
you.
in
I
the
got
diary
you."
about this as well.
The one who invited us to the gathering is a talkative woman. Including us, 3 couples showed up. There was also a person who came alone. The talkative woman introduced everyone to each other. She spoke really quickly, so I couldn't quite catch everything she said. But I also didn't feel like asking her to repeat herself. My husband seems to be friends with the man with long ears. I couldn't really join their conversation, so I've resigned myself to sitting in a corner and drawing in my notebook. I don't think I'd be able to become friends with any of these people, especially that stiff-looking couple. That man is certainly very handsome, but he would constantly alternate between disjointed and serious ways of talking. His wife is a bit more bearable. We were not acquainted with each other to begin with, and I doubt we'll see each other again after this gathering. The ambiance of this gathering is surprisingly pleasant, however. Talking to people can allow us to find some peace after a long day. Maybe my son will also partake in these gatherings in the future. I hope he'll be able to make many friends.
Who would have thought my mother used to attend that kind of thing? It seems she was only good at talking about her own work, and found it difficult to join into other conversations. As a result, she often kept to herself and would be off to the side, drawing. There's more written on the back. Oh, it seems like it was written to me.
Kaveh. I was both overjoyed and distressed when I learned of your decision to continue your studies in Kasharawar. You are very talented, and I am confident that you will become an architect of much acclaim. However, the more talented you are as an artist, the more misery and anguish you may encounter. No one will be able to help you during your journey as an artist. But outside of your life as a creator, you can learn to form connections with other people and enjoy many other things in life. It's the only way to alleviate your suffering. Whenever you feel down, seek out a friend to sit and have a chat. You can accumulate joy and fulfillment by spending time with them. The positive feelings you gain will get you through the long and difficult years. Never forget that companionship is the most important thing of all.
So that's the answer she prepared for me. She really thought long and hard about me and my future.
Is she dead?
Well, now that I've read
I don't know.
her
Did they
words,
say that? I don't think they said that.
do you think I should accept Tainari's invite and attend
No,
that dinner at Pardis
Kaveh told us that she moved to Fontaine. I don't think he said she was dead.
The thought definitely crossed my mind. Although it'd be nice to get together with friends and chat the night away, I don't want to bring down other people's moods because I'm sad. Besides, don't most people hate the feeling of seeing their friends troubled and being unable to help? And what's worse, nearly all of my problems can't be easily resolved with some encouraging words or gesture. And don't forget, I'm also older than all of them. As their senior, I should appear to be a bit more responsible. Huh, you're right. I really didn't expect to run into him here. I swear, his nose must be just as sensitive as his ears. Well then, I guess it's best that we go and join him for dinner. That means I'll owe him yet another meal now. You know what? I'm not going to overthink it. I'll see you tomorrow at Pardis DI.
What's the hangout about? The hangout it's about, I mean, for what I'm hearing so far is Kaveh...
We'll see how long you can stay cooped up in there.
From what I've been hearing, Kaveh is reading this book that his mom left for him. And, yeah, that's all I know so far. I'm pretty sure.
We'll see how long
Well, why is she repeating that line again?
you can stay
Interesting. They said tomorrow at 16 o'clock. Wait,
cooped up in there.
wait until 16 o'clock the following day? Alright. Sure, I got you. But yeah, Kaveh's like reading some book that his mom left for him. I kind of wish Tighnari had a hangout. How come Tighnari doesn't have one? Tighnari's my goat. I like Tighnari's character a lot. And if there's any character that I want to C6 from getting shafted on like banners for losing my 50-50, I would love to get a C6 Tighnari. Mine is currently C3. I'm pretty sure. Tighnari, my goat, where are you? My Tighnari is C3. If I can lose 3 more times to a character, I want to lose to Tighnari. He's just so good. Yo, it's Sino! Sino, my goat, Tighnari.
Alhaitham also got my invite, right?
Alright, this quest got a little bit better.
Join us?
2 goats are in here.
That guy? He's never been a fan of social gatherings. I wouldn't get my hopes up if I were you.
Are you sure? Alright then. I guess we won't wait for him.
Yeah, let's go.
I need Jean. Does Jean have a hangout?
Maybe we should give him a...
Oh, sure.
You still haven't told me. What's the occasion
Fuck
for
the
getting
Luke,
us together
don't need
here
his
at
ass, damn. Oh, no,
We're celebrating the
you're
end
talking
of the
about
first
if you want
phase
to lose
of
it
Kale's
50-50.
studies.
Yeah, I
wanted to
would
thank
take a
you all
Jean
for the
too.
help you've given her along the
Wanna know
way.
what's crazy? I don't have Jean at all
where's
still.
She said she wanted to show everyone
I don't have
bit
a
of what
single
she's
Jean on
learned,
my
so
account,
she's still doing
which
some
is
last-minute
crazy to be
prep at
honest.
home. She'll be here shortly. Anyway,
Like, how is
let's
that
get started.
possible? It's actually
To tell
crazy
you,
now that I
the
think about it.
curriculum will become a lot more involved.
never lost a
and
50-50
I'm
to
worried that
Jean.
she won't be able to get through all of it. I was hoping we could brainstorm about it together before she gets
Jean
here.
or a Mona? Yeah, a Mona would be really
knew
good
this
too. I
wouldn't be
pulled
just a
Mona like
simple
3
free
times as
dinner.
well. I think mine is
Is that why
Constellation
you
3 as
also
well.
invited Alhaitham?
Yes, I thought it would be good if we could all put our heads together about this. Anyway, let's take a quick trip down memory lane. What did you guys do when you ran into a problem that you didn't know how to solve? Or
You're only
got
fine with
assigned a
losing to
project
Jean
that
and
you knew
Mona?
you weren't
Damn.
gonna finish on time?
Never happened to me.
Bro, Tighnari's really good though.
I'd
If you
just
need a
pull
really
another
good
all-nighter.
free-to-play DPS, Tighnari's
You two
the
are
one.
hopeless. Does anyone have a more useful answer to the question?
Ooh, that's a good point. Confidence is the most important thing. Once you lose your sense of confidence, it'll become all but impossible to find the motivation to study.
This could be a potential direction. I have already redesigned the literacy curriculum, and I was originally hoping to ask Alhaitham for his opinion.
I have
but
Tighnari. Yeah, but C6?
It's very simple.
You have Tighnari maxed
Instead
out?
of focusing on the amount of material
Really?
you would like to teach, focus on the amount the student would be able to remember.
Wow, you actually showed up. I could probably count the number of times you've actually come to gatherings like this on just one hand.
It's still more than the number of times you've managed to get a proposal approved on the first try.
Batman, the Genshin Impact update,
As long as you're still
is
aware.
going to be 6
So,
gigabytes.
What made the difference this time?
That's how much the update
You
is going to
looking
be.
drink your sorrows away with some friends?
6.41
That's your
gigabytes.
purpose for being here.
I'm
not
a collector,
mine.
not a maxer.
Don't project your ways of thinking onto me.
Yo, it's Alhaitham.
So you're saying the only reason you came is to help Tighnari with his brainstorming?
Precisely. Kale will have a long road in front of her.
Hey, just to get one thing clear. Even if Kale manages to make her way to the academia, we cannot let her enroll in her Avatat. Kasharawar is obviously the best choice for her. She's been a trainee forest ranger for so long, she'll definitely be good with her hands.
What are you saying? Spontamad is the better choice. It's where I graduated from, after all.
Then what about Amorta? That's the Darshan her master actually graduated from.
There are only 2 other Darshans left. We might as well select all of them on her enrollment application.
I'm trying to have a serious discussion here. Traveler, you aren't associated with any of the 6 Darshans. In your opinion, which Darshan would be the best choice for Kale?
Well said.
Agreed. And my goal in inviting you here was to gather some thoughts on the execution of this second phase.
Phase 2 far exceeds Phase 1 in both curriculum complexity and the speed of instruction. I hope Kale has prepared herself for what is coming.
They're going to show Kale
Hey,
as well?
What are you thinking now? Please don't tell me you're planning on lending her those abstruse books from your home library.
Bro, this guy's trying to join my
Actually,
world. I'm
I
in
was
a
thinking about
hangout.
lending her a professions guide.
I'll make sure to write, "Don't become an architect" on the front page of that.
Do you think he joined? I'll let him in. I don't know if he joined, though.
Is there another phase after Phase 2? What's the ultimate goal of all of this? Are we trying to prepare her for a job in the academia?
We don't need to think that far ahead. Hold that thought, though. I think my vegetables are done.
Everyone enjoys a relaxed, pleasant dinner.
I'm telling you, that client had no idea what he was talking about. No matter what I did, he had something bad to say about it.
Have you considered finding another client?
They're all the same. I haven't had a good night's sleep for months now. Who do they think they are, ordering me to alter my design over and over again just because they have some mora?
It's too late now to change careers. You might as well try to find some joy in the pain. Besides, you'll be getting up in the middle of the night to make edits to your own design even when the client doesn't request it.
No. That's not true.
Cheer up, Kaveh. I'll tell you a new joke.
We'll save that for the end, Sino. You can keep it to yourself.
Bro,
until
Sino
then.
and his jokes, bro.
Whatever. I'm not going to use my brain anymore. Let's drink tonight to our heart's content.
Yo, this picture is dope. I like this one. With the squad. Let's go, let's go. Yeah, they don't have a Tighnari hangout. That's sad. Wait, now that I think about it. Oh, I see. The people who have hangouts are people who don't have story quests. Oh, that makes sense. That's what it is. Oh. Yeah, that makes sense. Alright, let's go, that's ending number 2. Now we need ending number... We need the rest of them. Let's start right here.
Taking this commission was truly the worst decision ever. Exactly. So our thoughts on the meaning of art are rather similar.
Wait, what? These are both the same options.
Kaveh.
Full throttle!
Huh? Where did he go? I could have sworn he went this way. Oh, hey, look! Isn't... We meet again. Sponsor the project? That does make sense. What do you think?
It's all fine with me, but where do you think we'll be able to find these sponsors?
Well, you're right. If I really think about it, I'm not too familiar with many big-name merchants. Her? Hard pass. With her shrewd and greedy personality, she would never put Mora into something like this. Now there's an idea. She probably won't say no if all she'll need to do is to make some introductions instead of spending Mora. Let's go and pay her a visit.
Are we on a different timeline right now? I hope so. I can't tell. I think so, yeah. We didn't come here before, right? I don't think so.
Try and stop me!
Yeah, we're going to find for Dory. Yeah, this is different, yeah.
Oh, now here are some unexpected guests. What brings you to the Palace of Alcazar's-Ray? When I saw Kaveh, I almost thought it must be that time of month again. Sadly for me, I must wait a few more days before I can collect my shiny Mora.
Hey, can't you think of something else for a change? You are literally living in an objet d'art, and yet your mind is still fixated on nothing but Mora? What is the point of wealth, anyway? Is your happiness entirely dependent on your hoard of cold, emotionless Mora?
That's exactly right. Mora is extremely valuable, you see. If you don't keep your mind on it, your Mora may just find its way to somebody else's pockets. If you ask me, this place is still way too empty. Just give me some time and I'll fill it to the brim with lots and lots of Mora.
You're hopeless.
Oh, so you have an actual reason to visit me? Alright, let's hear it. Merchants? Why? Is there some kind of business opportunity? Oh, I see. So you're just looking for someone to help you fit the bill.
I knew you wouldn't be interested in something like this. Still, you wouldn't refuse just making some introductions for us, would you?
Sure, I can connect you with some folks, but with every service comes a fee, you know.
A fee? You mean just for introductions?
Of course! Making introductions means using my connections and putting my reputation on the line. Why wouldn't I charge a fee for something so important? Since we've known each other for so long, though, I'll give you a huge returning customer discount. How about 500,000 Mora?
500,000?
500,000?
I guess that's okay. But why are you charging a fee before we've even secured any funding? That just doesn't seem right. Besides, by helping us out, you'd be doing a great service to the public. Can't you take your mind off your Mora even for just 1 second and focus on something far more important?
Very well. Since you're so passionate about this project, I'll help you out and waive the introduction fees. 3 of my business partners came by earlier today to discuss some things with me, and they still haven't left yet. I'll arrange a meeting for you, and just so we're clear, it'll be up to you to present your project and discuss any deals.
Thank you so much.
You can wait here. I'll bring them over to you.
Dory gave us a brief introduction about the two of you. You are Kaveh, the renowned architect, and you are the traveler. Practically all of Teyvat has heard of you by now. To be frank, I don't feel like there's an obvious business opportunity here, but since Dory took the time to introduce you, we can spend some time to have a conversation. So, let's hear your idea.
All right, here's the situation. I've been commissioned to build a library in the desert, with the intended goal of allowing the desert dwellers to have more access to reading materials.
So it's a public welfare project?
Correct.
Then the commission fees will likely be very low. You should be careful.
I'm not too concerned about how much I'll get for the commission fees, actually. I'm fine with doing it for free. I just want to get this project rolling as soon as possible. We're just a little short on funding.
So what? You can't possibly expect that we just cover the shortfall for you. Besides, what does a library in the desert have to do with us? If you want to build it yourself with your own Mora. Seems simple enough to me.
Hey, there's no need to be so harsh. They are Dory's associates, after all. Here, can you tell us a bit more about what we can gain from sponsoring this project? So we'd mostly be doing it for reputation and exposure? There is some value to that. It could make doing business in the desert a bit easier.
Well, just speaking for myself, I've got nothing in the desert.
I also have a concern. It feels like there's not much to profit from in the short term. But in the long term, the reputation gain also doesn't sound like it'd offset the cost of the sponsorship.
Then how about this? What if, instead of building a single library, we commit to an entire complex of buildings dedicated to culture and education?
Wouldn't that just cost more?
Yes, but in that case... Mr. Cave, please tell us what you have in mind.
I'll just give an example. If we were to build a library and a school near Aru Village, then the desert dwellers would gradually begin to migrate towards the area. A whole suite of buildings will be able to host more traffic, and thus drive the economic development of the entire area. In turn, that would lead to direct business opportunities. I've been to the desert several times. Although there are still many lingering tensions between the two regions, the amount of interaction has been steadily increasing, and in the long term, the desert will only become more and more important to Sumeru.
You do have a point.
Education in the desert is indeed an industry that has not been tapped into. If we can be the first to place stakes in the area.
And you just believe anything he tells you?
Even the greenest amateurs know that urban planning will affect population flow. If you don't believe me, you can ask anyone on the street to confirm it to you.
You...
Hey, why are you starting to sound like I'll hate them?
Wait, something just occurred to me. If we're going to build a library in the desert, Aru Village would obviously be the best place for it. But it seems we're not the only ones with our eyes on the village. I heard a rumor a while back saying a lot of land and buildings in Aru Village have already been secretly purchased by a big-name merchant.
What?
What?
In other words, if we try to join the fray now, there won't be much left for us. If we want to build a suite of buildings focused on education and culture, Aru Village is the prime location. If we want to build it anywhere else, we'll have to deal with a far larger list of problems. It's not impossible, I suppose, but...
Then there's no hurry. We can wait for Aru Village to develop more first and get into the market for expansion to other areas.
But if you were to do that...
Is there nothing else to discuss? Great timing! I pretty much heard all I want to hear. If there are no other urgent matters, I'll be on my way.
I'll be off as well. If you have any new ideas, please feel free to reach out.
It seems like the others are not interested in funding this, so no point in me doing this on my own. Let's revisit this another time.
Hey, guys, wait! Well, what can I say? I guess it went somewhat as expected. They are Dory's friends, after all. As soon as they heard that there's not much more in this for them, they lost all interest. Yeah, it's just another day doing business with people. But I can never get used to that. Those people never think of anyone other than themselves. Looks like we'll have to figure out some other way to get the funding. Let's go.
How did the meeting go? Want to talk about it? Oh, where did all that passion go from earlier, I take it you weren't able to find a sponsor for your project?
Please don't tell me that you're here to mock us.
What kind of person do you take me for? Would the kind and generous Lord Sakama Bay really do such a thing?
I will say, though, I more or less expected this outcome even before I introduced them to you. You can try to talk up the project all you want, but the facts will remain the same. This project is high investment with slow returns. No sane person would put their money into this.
But this isn't just a business project, right? Also, if you already knew no one would want to partner with us, why did you still try to charge me 500,000 mora? You scammer!
You might want to remember who your creditor is before you start talking like that, Kaveh.
I'll pay back every last coin that I still owe you, but that's a completely different matter.
Alright, since you're so devastated about this, I'll set you up for dinner with another big-name merchant. In fact, I'll be inviting the most famous merchant in all of Sumeru, so I'll be counting on your performance.
What? Really? I would like to sincerely apologize for my attitude just now. So, where would we be meeting this merchant?
Follow me. Oh, I suppose both of you can come.
Walking as traveler? Bruh. Okay.
This is the place.
You said you're going to introduce us to the most famous merchant in Sumeru. Well, where are they?
You still don't get it, huh? The most famous merchant in Sumeru.
Huh? So you meant yourself all along? Then why did you bring us here?
Well, I've given it some thought, and that complex of education and culture buildings that you mentioned does hold some promise. It'll be a pretty big Mora sink, and I'll have to fund it all on my own, but that's not really a problem for me.
Seriously? Where's this generosity coming from so suddenly?
Where do I get
scam me
Electric
again.
Traveler? You get it in
Reasons are not
Inazuma.
important. What's important is that I'm willing to help you.
Inazuma.
However, you know,
And you
just
can't get
as
to
well as you
Inazuma
that
until
once
you
this
do the
project
quest that
actually
brings you to
breaks through,
Inazuma.
It'll start sucking Mora from my pockets like crazy.
You can't just
So,
go there.
to cut costs?
I get it. I won't charge any commission fees, and I'll take responsibility for the entire project.
Splendid! Then let's sign the contract right away.
This way, the children of the desert will have some books to read. Their lives should improve a bit after this. Of course, there are a few things better than using my knowledge to help other people change their fates. I must thank you as well, Dory. I used to say you only cared about Mora, which might have been some prejudice on my part. Sorry for that. I will also try to pay back my debts as soon as possible. Now, let's have a quick discussion. Where would you want the library to be built? That will be the most important building.
There's no rush. I'll provide you with a copy of the deed when we get back. You can just use the address on the document to find the lot.
Huh? The deed? So hold on a sec. The person who has been buying up everything around Aru Village was you all along?
Oh my, did I not tell you about that? Yep, yours truly has been
I'm gonna have to walk all the way over there.
Thank you for bringing your ideas to me.
I literally just told you the way to get to Inazuma is to do the quest that brings you to Inazuma.
So, from my perspective,
So first you need to finish the Leeway Archon quest.
I didn't put much in and easily got a lot in return.
But what about my commission
And then after
fees?
Leeway you go to Inazuma.
Didn't you waive those yourself? I was just gonna say that to cut costs. We mustn't.
The only way to bypass that is to use Kaya and build an ice bridge all the way across the water, all the way to Inazuma.
You volunteered to waive your
Which I don't recommend. I recommend playing the story and going to Inazuma through the story.
I'm so touched, really.
It's obvious that you used every trick in the book to deceive me. You deliberately paused for a long time while talking about the project and kept glancing at me with that menacing look in your eyes.
Huh? You really think so? Well, the contract's already been signed, so there's no point in dwelling on the details. You know what? I'll pay for tonight's dinner.
Fine, I'll drop the argument on the commission fees. But since you said you're paying for dinner, I'm going to order the best dishes and booze this place has to offer, and lots of it. Tonight, we're feasting until I've recouped my full commission fees.
I wonder if I'll ever be able to create something so incredible.
Okay. Want me to go back inside here again? So what do I do right here that's different?
Taking this commission was truly the worst decision ever. Oh.
But they're all the same.
Yes, art. Ah.
Alright, we need to somehow figure this one out. We need to pick a different option somehow. I guess we'll see.
Kaveh.
Huh? Where did he go? I could have sworn he went this way. Oh, hey, look! We meet again.
Huh? Why are you guys here?
That's what we wanted to ask you. Who are you? Why did you dress up like a merchant to talk to me about our project? There's no need for us to continue this project if you still want to keep hiding things from us. I don't work with individuals I can't trust.
Believe me, I didn't have any bad intentions. It's just... All right, there's no point...
These are the same answers. These are literally the same answers, bro. Like, what do they want me to do different here?
A slightly different...
Rev the engines!
Most materials going from
Try and stop me! Incinerate! Open fire! Bullseye! Open fire!
I'm fine.
But you've helped me plenty already. If either way... Now that we're here, it's my partner.
Was that not an ending? I already got that one before? That's impossible. How? Okay. Apparently I already got that one, which I don't know how that's even possible. So yeah, this is the problem with doing these hangouts, because now you need to find the right route. But this is weird, because I already have these options already picked. This is interesting.
Taking this commission was... Exactly. So... Ah. Taking this... No worries. It's been bothering me for... Sounds great to me. A different curve? I think it's just a... And if I want to... Hold on. Maybe I'll be able...
Alright, I'm pretty sure I found it now. We're on the right path, right? Yeah, we are. Alright.
Take me up!
Rev the engines!
Ah, Kaveh, it's you! It's been a while. What have you been up to recently?
Yeah, it's been a long time, Alkami. Things haven't changed much for me. I'm still taking private commissions for all kinds of projects.
I heard that you were the genius behind the Palace of Alcazazare. I bet you're all set for Mora after a project of that size.
Well, it's hard to make a profit from every project, you know?
Hard to make a profit? You've got to be joking. I've never met an architect who didn't make a profit from a project. Unless the client fled before they paid the commission fee in full. But that doesn't sound right either. Doesn't Dory have a pretty decent reputation in our local business circles? I don't think she's ever been involved in any kind of big scandal.
Well, about that. I mean, it was complicated.
I understand. Either way, doing one project after another sure gets exhausting over the years, huh? I've been there, so I can feel your pain. I mean, I obviously never had your reputation to live up to. That must have been stressful. But I'm sure we've faced all the same problems. Trying to keep your client in a good mood while you're trying to stop them from micromanaging things they don't know the first thing about. I don't miss it. Thankfully, that's all behind me now. Not exactly. My work is still closely related to architecture. Judging from the look on your face, you're still strapped for Mora. That's quite unfortunate. You're the most artistically gifted graduate the Ksharawar Darshan has seen in decades. But it looks like you still have a lot to learn in terms of making Mora. With that said, us Ksharawar grads should still look out for each other. What if I told you about an idea that'll absolve you of all your Mora troubles going forward?
Are you serious? But something like that has got to be some kind of top-level business secret. Are you sure you can just share something like that with me? Besides, I don't want to just take something like that without offering anything in return. I still have a little Mora. Or is there something that I can help you with?
Oh, you're too kind. This is just a simple tip. Even if I didn't bring it up, I'm sure you'd hear it from the others sooner or later. The idea is this. I recently opened up a training center with the goal of educating people in architecture design. Compared to the classes taught by those old fossils at the academia, my classes are more condensed and streamlined and will allow people to quickly get their foot in the door. Unlike the academia, I won't turn down anyone who's interested, rich or poor. As long as someone wishes to learn more about architecture, I'll accept them into my training center. It just so happens that I'm still looking for a few more instructors. So, what do you say? Interested in coming over to give a few lectures? Regardless of the pay, I can already guarantee that it'll be far more comfortable than working on random people's private commissions.
Ah, so you want me to join you as an instructor? That does sound like something I'd be able to do. It sounds like a pretty stable job, too. What do you think, Traveler?
Then it's a deal?
Yes, it's a deal. Thank you, Alkami.
Like I said, there's no need to thank me for this. The lecture room is not far from here, so you can just come straight here tomorrow morning. As for the pay, how about we...
300,000? Are you serious? How could you offer so much?
It would seem that you're still oblivious to your own economic worth. 300,000 is nothing compared to the prestige of having the Light of Ksharawar as one of my instructors. 300,000 is also just the base rate. Just trust me on this. The longer you stick with me, the more you'll come to understand your true value in the market. I have to go make some preparations now. See you tomorrow.
I was never particularly close with Alkami when we were in school. Who would have thought that he'd be so nice and friendly? I've hosted free lectures before, but thanks so much. I think I will be able to relax a bit more with a friend in the audience. Now, what should I talk about tomorrow? Some lessons I've learned over the past few years? I should probably save those for later. For my first lecture, I should start by getting them more interested in the field. Alright, let's meet here again tomorrow morning. I should hurry home and create some kind of lesson plan. If I'm going to become an instructor, I should make sure I show up prepared.
I didn't expect you two to get here so early.
I was up last night preparing for the lecture, but I ended up getting so excited that I couldn't fall asleep.
Lesson plan? I must commend you for your dedication. But the training center has already developed its own set of teaching materials. Instead of using your own plan, you can just use what we have here. Of course, you're always welcome to work in some of your own content to add some fun and flavor. Sure.
How much Mora? I mean, I got a lot of Mora.
It's almost time.
Huh. So you've already developed your own set of teaching materials. Seems like I won't need the stuff I've prepared after all. Anyway, shouldn't be a problem. I'll just go ahead and use your materials. There's something else I want to ask, though. This isn't going to be a large class, is it?
No need to stress. There are only 20 people in this class. There are 14 classes at my training center. Out of all of them, the first class has the best grades, so I've directed them to you. We'll see how...
20 people, huh? All right. I think I can handle that.
Oh, and one last thing. I'm sorry to say this, but your friend will have to wait outside while you teach the class.
Sorry about that. I'll meet you at the door when the class is over then.
Hey there. Can I help you? Oh, Alkami? You mean that rich guy who's been making quite the name for himself? Yeah, he commissioned a set. I heard he earned a fortune. If the...
Did you hear? Really makes you
That's true. For those who can't pass the...
Man, to have...
All right, everyone. There's no need to be nervous. Class is over, so we can just chat for a bit.
No, you weren't scary at all, Mr. Kave. We were just a bit lost and didn't get what you were talking about.
Oh, don't get me started. I was trying to use Alkami's materials, so I flipped through some pages and gave them a closer look. The more I read, the more upset I became. Alkami may fool an amateur, but he can't fool anyone who's active in our profession. The materials he made are completely useless for teaching real architecture. In my opinion, the most important skill of an architect is their ability to craft a design. In other words, they must be able to conceptualize ideas. There are tens of thousands of buildings in the world, as well as a countless number of architectural styles. Some designs emphasize aesthetics, while others prioritize practicality. The architects who can critically evaluate the quality and fit of different designs are those who can come up with great designs of their own. But you won't get any of that from the teaching materials they're using here. All these students are doing in class is rote memorization of existing designs. They are learning nothing about the underlying principles. How can they expect to become real architects? When they're done with this class, all they'll become are dilettantes with a pitiful smattering of architectural knowledge.
But Mr. Kave, we didn't really understand anything you said after you threw away the materials either. What's the big deal anyway? It's not like we're looking to make some works of art. We just want to make some Mora.
You're studying architecture to make Mora?
Yeah. Why else would we be studying here? My biggest dream is to become someone like Mr. Alkami. Once I finally make my fortune in architecture, I'll be able to buy anything I like.
Huh. In that case, I'm afraid you'll probably be disappointed. The reality is that the work of an architect is very difficult, and the pay is not lucrative at all. Believe me, I'm a perfect example.
But how? Mr. Alkami just told us last night that you made a killing by building the Palace of Alcazarzare. He also said that as long as we graduate from his class, waves upon waves of people will reach out to us with private commissions, and we can just sit back and wait for Mora to fill up our pocket. It won't be long before I can put these miserable days behind me.
Come on. And you all believed everything he said?
But Mr. Alkami is really rich, isn't he?
You... It's pointless trying to argue this with you right now. You've already filled your heads with pipe dreams. Let's go, traveler. Let's hear about Alkami's true plans from the man himself.
What's wrong, Kave? You look quite flustered. Did one of my students offend you? Were the students not astute?
Yeah, I'm mad at the students are all. If your client is unhappy, you know all of this.
You may deny it all you want, but it's a fact that in today's Sumeru, our clients... Why should we, if it's near impossible?
Wait, how does that...
We are already stuck. That's right. Making money as an architect is a slow and agonizing process. In comparison, earning tuition from a training, none of the students will ever know, however. In their eye, the more students...
And then what? When that happens...
But that's just... Oh, and also, I'm not even scared.
How can you sleep at night knowing that you're doing all this? Tell me, is your heart carved out of brick and stone? I can't believe that I once saw you as a decent human being.
And that saying goes, only fools will see art as revealed. I urge you to think about what I've said. As the light of the... Think it over, Cap.
I'm so mad, I feel a headache coming on. Of course. I'm sure you've realized that as long as I remained at the center, he would be able to use my name to advertise this place. Even if He is right about one thing, though. These kinds of training centers are everywhere. And even if the academia was to find out about it, it's unlikely that they would take any real action against it. The most that they could accuse him of is false advertising. And even that would be hard to prove. Oh? Did you notice something else? Yeah, you've got a point. The rate he gave me was 300,000 mora per lecture. That probably came out of the students' tuition. And who knows just how much he's been charging the students for attending his classes. If you're gambling everything on making it rich as an architect, are you really going to have the mora to pay for that kind of tuition? Right. We should hurry. The students didn't believe a word I was telling them. They're still daydreaming about making millions. We're never going to get any information from them again if we let Alkami talk to them first.
Oh, Mr. Kave?
Class finished a while ago, but you're still here.
I wanted to stay for a little longer. I'm still thinking about everything you taught during the class. Even though a lot of it went right over my head, I still thought the houses you drew were really pretty.
Of course they were. All the examples I drew were world-famous landmarks. Each one was the magnum opus of a... It's a good thing that you could recognize them for their beauty. The accumulation of knowledge is the first step to artistic expression. Instead of rote memorization, you should try to relate and to understand, and after that, try to resonate with the work.
Resonate?
Yes. When I first got into architecture, there were many things about it that I couldn't understand at all. I would find a building to be beautiful, but have no idea what made it so good. And for most people, just being able to admire a building is enough. To become a good architect, however, you must also learn to assess and appraise. Going from admiration to assessment will take a lot of time and specialized knowledge, and I'm afraid that some superficial speed training won't be enough to take you there.
Just as I thought. Becoming an architect won't be as easy as Mr. Alkami made it out to be, right?
I'm sorry. I'm not trying to crush your dreams. All I want to tell you is that an architect's life is not as carefree and easy as others may make it out to be.
I understand. Thank you for telling me the truth, Mr. Kave. I think I'll still stay here for the time being, though, since my family still hasn't paid everything off.
Paid off what?
Sorry, I can't say anything more. Mr. Alkami made it very clear that anyone who talks about it will be kicked out of the class.
Don't listen to him. I am the most famous architect in Sumeru. If he kicks you out, then I'll just take you in instead.
Really?
Why would I pull your leg? I can see you have some talent, so as long as you get your fundamentals down, you should be able to pass the entrance exam and continue your studies at the academia.
Then please keep this a secret for me, Mr. Kave. Truth be told, my family is not very well off, so we couldn't really afford the tuition for this class. Mr. Alkami was the one who reached out to my parents, He told them that he knew a merchant by the name of Bahar and that we could get a loan from him. He told all the students that once we graduate, people would come flocking to commission us for projects. If everything went well, we'd be able to pay off everything in just a few years, and all the more we make after that would be ours.
How much did your family borrow from this merchant?
I think it was several million mora.
Several million mora.
I'm
They're
not really
cooked.
sure. My parents were the ones who signed the contract. All I know is that the stack of papers was as thick as a slab of rock.
Yeah, I have a bad feeling, too. Something about the whole thing feels dastardly familiar. We need to find that merchant to confirm. But if we were to confront him right now, there's no way he'd admit to anything. Good idea. Hey, tell me, do you know where we'd be able to find this merchant?
We last saw him on the north shore of Port Ormos. Who knows if he's still in that area, though.
Well, it'd still be worth taking a look. Architecture... No. The arts shouldn't be used as bait for a scam. We need to do something before the students' lives are ruined even further.
These guys are yapping, bro.
Full throttle!
Oh, I don't think I've ever seen you guys before. Here for business?
You're Fahar, right?
Yes. May I ask who introduced you?
Alkami. My friend here wants to enroll in his architecture class, but they're a bit short on money. Alkami told us you're the man to go to in this kind of situation.
Oh, sounds like his business is booming. How much do you need?
Let me see.
This one is not better than
I'd say
Kaya's,
around
bro.
3 million mora.
This is not better than Kaya's.
You call that a
You're
bit short
literally
on
bugging.
money? Anyway, since you're here because of Alkami, I can work things out for you. Make sure you sign the contract, though. Lots of people are borrowing money from me nowadays. Here you go. Don't worry, there's nothing particularly unusual about it. All you need to do is pay back the loan in full within 3 years.
And what if they won't be able to pay it back?
What do you mean, won't be able to pay it back? Once you graduate from Alkami's place, you'll be making millions of mora a year. Easy! At that point, paying this off will be a piece of cake. And even if you were to run into some difficulties and need to delay the installments, it's no big deal. We're all reasonable people here. If you can't pay quickly, you can just pay it back over a longer period. All that would change is your interest rates would get a little higher. It's hard work running a business. If we're taking risks to supply you with mora, it's only fair that you take on a bit of the financial risk as well. Anyway, there's no point in tying yourself in knots over the contract. With the way you're reading every single line, it's like you're worried you're about to get scammed out of your whole life savings. Why would I lie to you? Tons of students at Alkami's place have signed the contract. Aren't they all doing pretty well for themselves?
I just did some calculations in my head. When you say the interest will get a little higher, do you mean it'll get higher than 30%? Of course, the contract did a great job of trying to obfuscate that fact. It only listed the amount that you'll have to repay every day, which gives the false impression that the amount hasn't actually increased by all that much. If you actually do the math, however, it's clear that the amount you need to pay on interest alone will amount to hundreds of thousands of mora per year. Most people can't even make that much mora in a year. Your greed really knows no bounds. Even my creditor doesn't dare to raise rates that high. Once a family's signed on to a scheme like this, there's no getting out.
What are you trying to say, huh? I figured something was off when two well-dressed people came looking for a loan. Think you got the better of me? Too many people are sticking their noses where they don't belong these days. Luckily for me, though, this is a pretty secluded spot. Hey, come out and teach these guys a lesson!
Eremites? I've already fought off more than my fair share of them. There are only a few of them. Following orders.
You two! Time to end wrath from the skies!
Who
Packed
are you
up.
and what do you want? I don't think we've done anything to hurt or offend you. So why go this far to destroy my livelihood?
Debt has the power to upend your whole life. I know very well just how miserable living in debt can be. But my debts are the culmination of many different factors, and my interest rate is still somewhat reasonable. As long as I continue to work with my situation in mind, my debts will eventually be paid off. But these students are different. They have neither the mental preparation nor the financial resources to pay back a debt like this. You sold the dreams of becoming an architect to the students as bait, urging them to take on insurmountable amounts of debt to satisfy your greed.
Ha! Everyone knows there's no such thing as a free lunch. It's their own fault for falling into the trap. And if we're going to talk about greed, aren't those students the ones who are blinded by it?
Ha! And here comes the silver tongue. Surely you use that to reel in the students as well. Even now, many of them are still hopelessly dreaming of striking gold after they graduate. People grow by learning from their mistakes. I hope this will be a valuable lesson to them. Let's head back to the academia and turn this guy over to the Matra. They should be able to link him with Alkami's business. Sino? Didn't think I would run into you here.
My goat
vacation
Sino.
just ended not too long ago, so I'm going over some cases at the academia. Who's this? I see. Charging an interest rate over 30% indeed constitutes a crime. As it is highly likely that Alkami is also benefiting from this scheme, the Matra will open an investigation on him as well. The training center will be closed until further notice. Any funds we manage to recover from the suspects will be returned to the students. It's unclear how much we'll be able to get back, however, given their extravagant spending.
That should still be enough. Once the students realize the error of their ways, they won't fall so easily for such traps in the future. Anyway, thank you for your help. I hope this won't be too much trouble for you.
It's no trouble. Just another day at work. How did you two get tangled up in this anyway? Did you accept any mora from him?
He promised to pay me 300,000 mora per lecture, but I resigned as soon as I finished the first session. I didn't take a single coin.
Ah, that's good.
What do you mean, that's good? Would you have taken me into custody as well if I had actually accepted any mora?
I wouldn't have gone that far. But, had he insisted that you were also an active participant in his schemes, under our rules, we would have been required to open an investigation on you as well. Either way, though, I believe you are innocent in all of this. Had you actually been alright with making money through less than noble means, your life wouldn't be the mess it currently is.
Hey, what was that? What do you mean my life is a mess?
Never mind. Your life is fine.
You're just messing with me now, aren't you?
Let's get back to business. If Alkami's case can be successfully resolved, you'll be eligible for a monetary reward from the academia. Don't forget to pick it up after the fact.
Huh. I didn't even know there was such a thing. I never would have guessed. What I'm trying to say is that we didn't report Alkami because we thought we could make some more off of it.
The reward will be given regardless of your personal motivations. It was implemented with the intent of encouraging people to supply tips to the Matra.
Fine.
Is there anything else?
I want to go back to the training center one more time and talk to some of the kids.
Sure, but you should wait until tomorrow. My subordinates will shut down the center today, and summon the students to gather information on the total amount of Mora they've lost in the scam.
Alright, then I'll stay out of their way. I can talk to the kids tomorrow.
I have a few other things to take care of, so I'll be off for now. If you want to follow up on this case, just come find me again. Or ask one of the Matra.
That should finally be the end of that. Oh, who would have thought it would turn out like this? All I wanted was to find a new gig and earn some Mora. To think Alkami would sink this low, it still makes me really upset. Still, I think I feel a little better now than when you found me back at the tavern. It's a little ironic, but you could say it's because I've realized that there are many circumstances in the world that are even worse than my own. Now that I've seen such things firsthand, I suppose I've earned a new sense of appreciation for my life. How should I put it? I'm pretty stubborn when it comes to my profession, so I often argue with my clients. The arguments are usually extremely frustrating, and every once in a while I'd wonder if I only became an architect because fate wanted me to pay for some sins I'd committed in a previous life. Alkami's suggestion would have allowed me to quit my life as an architect and earn money solely from my reputation. But now that I've experienced that for myself, I can confidently say that I'd never want to do it again. Every scholar has their own sense of pride and a line that they don't like to cross. Of course, when faced with the vicissitudes of life, some will surrender these things to seek a more comfortable life. I can understand that. Just speaking for myself, though, I don't think that's something I'd ever be able to do. The voice in my heart would just keep repeating one thing. The moment I turn away from my dreams would be the moment my career ends. If I stopped devoting everything to my creative activities, I'd be able to lead a more comfortable life, but at the same time, my sense of intuition and understanding for the arts would also begin to degrade. At that point, any materialistic ease I may have gained in life would just become another form of torment. In comparison, my current life comes with its share of difficulties, but at least I'd never have to deal with that kind of existential reckoning. I appreciate it. You may call me conceited for this, but I would also like to think I'm talented enough to be able to lead a decent life without compromising my pride. It's certainly not easy, but I want to keep at it. My thanks again for being such a great help throughout all of this. I'm planning to pay another visit to those kids tomorrow. Want to come with me? All right, I'll see you tomorrow then. Get some good rest.
Wait until 8 o'clock? Godly.
Rev the engines!
I never would have guessed Mr. Alkami was a scammer.
The training center has been shut down, and the Matcha have promised to return.
Mr. Kave's. Easier said than done. Only the best of the best can get into the academias. Mr. Kave might be willing to teach us.
Why? What reason does he have to stick around?
So, you're the only ones that showed up today, huh?
Huh? Kave's here!
Now, that's Mr. Kave to you. I'm here as your instructor, so let's keep things a little more proper. I'll keep instructing you for a while longer. You can pass on the message to the other students. As long as someone wants to come, they can join the class. Oh, also, I'm usually pretty busy, so I'll only be able to teach architecture fundamentals on my days off. Another disclaimer, I can't promise that you'll all be able to understand everything I'm going to teach. Architecture is not an easy profession. Aesthetics aside, even the basics of safe design can already be a handful for most people. If you want to design safe buildings, you'll have to go through a systematic study of structural engineering. And just as a heads up, all of this will be a huge step up from the superficial stuff you were learning before. It'll take both talent and perseverance to get through the course. I don't want to hear anyone say that I didn't warn you.
We'll try our best.
It seems some of you are really serious about this after all. All right, everyone, pack your stuff up. You'll know once we...
Full throttle!
This lighthouse has been around for a long time, and I handled its renovations when I first graduated from the academia. The point of today is not so much about the lighthouse as a building, however. I just want you to take a look at it and do a bit of self-reflection. If you were tasked today with designing a building, how would you want it to look like? Don't think about how you'd actually go about building it for now. Just put your ideas to paper and draw the prettiest building that comes to your mind.
So, it can be, any kind of building?
Yep, as long as you think it'd look good. It doesn't even necessarily have to be a building. In my experience, both the study and practice of architectural design are extremely difficult. So at least for today, what do you think? Want to try your hand at it as well? Don't forget that this is a free class from Mr. Kave, the Light of the Kshahrewar. On a normal day, this would cost you 300,000 mora.
Alright, there's one more ending.
Al-Haytham isn't in, so feel free to sit wherever. I'll bring out the box. Yeah, everyone's life journey is different. Traveler, you've visited many lands and met many people, so I'm sure you've run into situations where some advice wasn't exactly suitable for the situation. What do you think? I'm glad you agree.
Wait, go to the house of... Oh, I thought that said Dea.
Try and stop me!
Damn, I thought I was gonna be Dea.
Rev the engines!
Of all the places in the academia, who doesn't miss their time at the academia? I created many designs that I thought, The academia also had a rule that allowed scholars to annotate any physical books they Oh, here, this is a great example. This book, History of Ancient Sumeru Architecture, contains some analysis that I did many years ago. Huh? Why is Alhatham's handwriting also in here? When did he ever read this book? I guess it's probably from when we worked on that research project together. Anyway, he probably never cared to tell you this, but the House of Dana is where Alhatham and I first met. I came here to do my homework, and saw him sitting by himself next to that row of bookshelves. A group of Haravatat scholars were chatting near him, but he looked as if he was too lazy to join them. There was a pretty stark difference between him and all the rest of them. It was my fault for feeling bad for him. I thought he must have gotten into some kind of trouble and went over to ask if he needed anything, not realizing that...
Not realizing that you were in fact the one in a whole heap of trouble?
Alhatham? Why are you here?
The House of Dana is a public space. Anyone can come here, no?
But shouldn't you be at the records room at this hour? You're not here to watch me make a fool of myself, are you?
You think I would derive amusement from watching you fall into depression over your life's various troubles? If that's the case, then I suppose I must have been entertaining myself for years. I came here to pick up a few files. If your voice hadn't managed to get through my soundproof earpieces, I probably wouldn't have noticed you.
All right. I admit I was probably overreacting just now. Probably not when he's right here with us. As his senior, I shouldn't try to tarnish his reputation.
There was nothing embarrassing or shameful about it. When I was still a student at the academia, I once collaborated with Kaveh on a research project. A collaboration is usually beneficial for all parties, but due to issues with our personalities, we ended up going our separate ways before completing the project. We had a number of differences, and they remain unresolved even today. But there's no point going into that right now. The more important question is, why are you at the House of Dana?
As a senior scholar, isn't it my responsibility to offer my friend a quick tour and explanation of the academia's architecture?
I see. Then let me guess. Your next stop will be the pavilions around Razan Garden? Our famed architect sure loves showing off that corner to all his friends. Oh, and Kaveh, a lot of the books you annotated have been moved to the innermost section of that bookshelf over there. You'll have to dig them out yourself if you need to find them.
Huh? But why would you know that? Don't tell me you finally had an epiphany and realized that there's great virtue in respecting your elder's work.
Sure, if that will give you some self-confidence. Leave any words of thanks you may have to the ex-Grand Conservator. The last time he was here, he was complaining that he had received reports from current students. The main grievance being that the annotations are too long and difficult to read. As a result, the books you annotated have been moved to the back shelves.
What? But all of my annotations were extremely important. Instead of reporting me, they should have been thanking me for my service. The notes that I took, they couldn't have asked for a better analysis of those books. Okay, just you wait. I'm going to fix this right now. I'll dig all the books out and return them to the proper shelves.
Oh, we'll wait. Anyway, you were about to say he's feeling a bit down? Put through the ringer. What an interesting phrase. I assume he used those exact words himself? He probably did suffer quite a bit, that's true. He always spends a lot of time editing his proposals, with the goal of satisfying as many of the client's preferences as possible. But the satisfaction of one client will not translate to general satisfaction with his work. Many problems in life can only be solved by a fundamental change of attitude. As the leading genius of Kshahrewar, Kaveh should have both the right and the confidence to reject any unreasonable demands. There are plenty of architects in Sumeru who are inferior to him in skill, yet far more irascible in temperament. Clearly, his predicament is inevitable, since he holds other people's feelings as more important than his own. Of course, each person is different, and we should respect the paths that they have chosen for themselves. Admonitions will serve no purpose. People tend to succumb to familiar pitfalls, and this is especially true for those who believe it's their duty to carry more burdens on their shoulders.
Looks like you were having an enjoyable chat while I was gone. Were you talking about me by any chance?
What do you think?
What else is there to talk about? Surely no one would be interested in talking about the files that you were browsing through earlier. Anyway, you should take a look at this. Look at this comment on page 82. Dear Kaveh, thank you so much for annotating this book in such detail. It was a great help to me. See that? Now that's how a student should treat their seniors.
And it looks like you're already in a much better mood now. It really doesn't take much to make you happy, huh?
Me? Happy? I'm mocking that retired blockhead for being so full of himself. He understands nothing about the true beauty of architecture. When I can find some time, I'll have a serious talk with him about making sure these books are put where they belong.
Why don't you just move all the books yourself? It's not like he hasn't cursed you out before. What was that nickname he gave you while you were in the academia? The Urchin of Kshahrewar? Kaveh had a habit of scribbling and writing in all kinds of books.
Hey! You didn't need to bring that up. At least not when I'm still standing here. Oh, actually, I also found a really old sketch in one of the books over there. See? Doesn't it remind you of something? Huh? Don't tell me even you don't get it.
Don't ask me. This is the time you specifically put aside to brag about yourself. Feel free to hoard all the spotlight you want.
You... In that case, allow me to explain. Although this sketch is a little abstract, you can plainly see from the road plans that this was an original concept for the expansion of Port Ormos.
We can also plainly see that the designer was a huge fan of this project. It's the project he loves to talk about the most, second to the Palace of Alcazarzaray.
If I don't keep bringing up the neat projects that I've done, how would anyone know that I was the one who did them in the first place? There shouldn't be any complaints about Port Ormos. If I remember correctly, the construction process was very smooth, everything was made ready ahead of time, and there were very few safety concerns.
There are indeed no records of any complaints about this project. A most impressive achievement.
See? What did I tell you? Come on, let's take a stroll through Port Ormos next. I'll tell you all about the designs I made for the place.
No need. It's almost time to clock out for the day, and I don't intend on bringing any unfinished work home.
Suit yourself. It's not like you know how to appreciate artistry anyway. Let's go, traveler. I'll take you to Port Ormos. Port Ormos. No, I didn't design any one specific building. Most of my work here concerned structural renovation. Port Ormos had already existed since I was still a young child. It wasn't as large as it is now, though. It only came to its current size after a sizable expansion. I was part of that project. The arch bridge over there, for example, that was one of my designs. When I was first tasked with the project, I decided to reference the growth patterns of nearby trees to split Port Ormos into 2 levels. My goal was to improve the overall utilization of space. We ran into a lot of issues during construction, but thankfully, we were still able to achieve the original vision. Residents can now behold all the ships entering and leaving the harbor from the vantage point of the bridge, while visitors can recognize the site of Port Ormos from a long ways away. I was still young and new to the trade back then. I could hardly believe that an idea in my head could become reality and remain in the world for many years to come. The true cornerstone of the creative process. The point about the design that will be ultimately used to judge its true worth. It was the first time that it became crystal clear in my mind. Once built, a building will continue to stand. Countless people will see it, and countless more will step inside it. Its final worth, whether it's good or bad, will be assessed by the countless generations of people that interact with the building during their lives. You think so? I'm glad to hear that. But even with this project, I still had one small regret. My budget was tight, and I was unable to use the higher quality timber I had originally intended for the design. I knew that some concessions on aesthetics would be needed as soon as I agreed to a proposal that prioritized the practical functions of the project. Us creative types know better than anyone that most projects cannot be completed without a few regrets. Even the Palace of Alcazarzare was not
Did
perfect.
I even get the fight? Yeah, I fought a couple times. What do you mean? I think there was only 2 fights, but they ended fast. Obviously, I just one-shot everything.
Yeah, you're right. I should learn to look toward future opportunities and believe that any regrets I have can be overcome in time. We've spent long enough here. There's still one last place I want to go, but it's a little far. Would you be interested in a quick trip to the desert? Great. This is a rare opportunity. If you ever feel down... Who would have thought that so many primal constructs could have congregated here while I was gone? We won't be able to sit and talk peacefully with these guys around. Let's clear the area.
It's crazy how you were just talking about a fight and there's a fight now.
Everybody stand back.
Isn't that crazy?
Locked on. Locked on. Bullseye. Light of the blazing sun.
Isn't this place great? I often come here to clear my... You know what I mean. Just take me as an example. My family life got shaken up quite a bit when I was young. I struggled in school, although I'll hate... You could probably... Life is too... Of course, but still, isn't... With different landforms come different architectural styles. The desert's history has left it with few records regarding its buildings, so I often visit the desert to investigate things in person. The sight here has moved me ever since the first time I laid my eyes on it. I told myself that one day, I would also be able to create buildings that move others. My pain will one day fade into nothing, just as I've reached the end of my life. But building, they are far more valuable than... If you were to ask me what art is, that would be my answer. You think so? But I feel I've always been like this. Remember that question I brought up before? The one about whether I should see art as a divine gift of inspiration from the god. I still haven't found an answer to that yet. But if art wasn't inherently paradoxical and enigmatic, then people probably wouldn't be drawn to it. Those who pursue art will be unable to avoid the pain that it naturally brings. Will often be floating on cloud 9 one second and sinking in a mire the next. I'll try gathering my thoughts again once I've found a way. In any case, thank you.
Alright, another hangout done. W. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8 more to do.
Instead of...
Only 15 resin, damn. I'm gonna go try my Spiral Abyss just for fun.
Silence!
Hey! I'll settle this. Time to shine!
Let the mighty be humbled! Bow your head.
Everyone hold hands! The Temple of Wisdom! Ugh. Our bond is strong! Yoo-hoo!
Settle down! The gifts of grace! The tides beckon.
Dissipate! Let my name echo in song! Strike a pop!
Bow your...
Hear ye the word. I see everything. Sorry.
Bro, why does these things don't die, bro? Oh my god.
Committed to memory. Stand with me. Out of my way. Yoo-hoo! Time to shine.
Let the mighty be humbled!
Hey! Sharing my knowledge! Just you wait! Shower me with praise! Let the world come alive!
The tides beckon.
Everyone hold hands! Dissipate! Ah! Yoo-hoo!
Settle down!
Hey! Stand with me!
Bow your head.
The power of revelation.
Why does this team not do good for me?
Our bond is strong.
This might hurt a little. Grow!
An oversight. Silence. Let the mighty be humbled.
Everyone hold it. Strike a pose.
Care for a dance? Dance with me!
I'm going in! See Laline, East Papa!
The
Rap
show's
from the
only
skies!
just begun. At least, you were here to watch.
Incinerate! Try and stop me!
Hear the echoes of the valley!
Huh? Yeah! Teamwork is strength! Fulfill our pact! Ha! Not you two! Time to... Pyroclastic Surge! Ah! Rev the engines! Off we go!
Bring it!
Hey! Stand with me. I'll settle this. Shower me with praise. Let my name echo in...
But... Ha! Be sanctified. Settle down.
Our bond is strong.
Dissipate. Yoo-hoo! Let the world come alive!
Oh. Bow your head. The tides beckon. Settle down.
Our bond is strong. Out of my way!
Shower me with praise! Let my name echo in... the Temple of Wisdom!
The risk is growing, but it poses no threat to me. Be sanctified.
Light it up! I'm going in! Huh? See Laline, East Papa! Get him! Wrath from the skies! Get to work! Sha! Sa! Ha!
I'm so confused on
Everybody stand back!
why that just happened.
Let the mountain's veins boil!
Rev the engines!
Hear the echoes of the valley.
Teamwork is dreamwork. Show no mercy. You two. Time to end. Light of the blazing sun.
Time to go. Everyone hold it. Strike a pop. Stand with me. Let the world come alive! Hey!
Bow your head.
Everyone hold it.
The tides beckon.
Dissipate.
Silence!
Our bond is strong. Shower me with praise. Time to shine.
Settle down! Let the mighty be humbled!
Stand with me. I'll settle this. Take care of...
And my cookies died.
Bow your head. Be sanctified.
When does the abyss reset? The abyss resets every 16th. Every 16th of the month.
Burn it down. Bring it. Let's light it up.
Everybody stand. See Laline. Eat Papa. Get him.
Pyroclastic surge.
Fulfill our pact. Teamwork is suffer the wrath of the Eatflip.
Wrath from the skies. Try and stop me.
Let engraved names echo. Huh? Bring it.
So yeah, it literally tells you right here on the thing. If you click on the abyss, it literally tells you. In 23 days.
Full throttle.
Take me up. Locked on. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Mora makes a lot of problems go away. So you can never have too much Mora, huh?
Yeah, you gotta do it. Do your abyss. Do as much as you can, of course. Yeah. I mean, the easier, the lesser floors are really easy. It doesn't get hard until you're on chamber 11. I mean, but since your account's still new, though, you probably have trouble up until, like, probably, I don't know, like, probably 6? I don't know.
Rise with the sun. Show no mercy. Ha! Open fire. I'm going in! Fulfill our pact! You two! Take me up!
Oh, it's already dead.
Let's fly! Let's fly!
I just need 2 more % in this area, bro. Will I ever find it? Probably not.
Light of the blazing sun! Let's fly! Take me up! Let's fly! Ha! Open fire! Locked on! Take me up! Open fire! Ha! Take me up!
Where are we going? What's the plan?
What the?
Let's fly! Locked on!
Give me some space.
Bullseye! Take me up! Ha!
If I was the last 2%, where would I be? I have no idea.
Take me up!
Rev the engines!
Get to work! Everybody stand back! Seat Laline! East Papa!
Pyroclastic surge!
Bullseye! Locked on! Fulfill our pact! Let's fly! Locked on! Bullseye! Locked on! Open fire! Open fire!
Not bad.
Take me up! Open fire!
The rewards of an adventure worth remembering.
Burn it down! Wrath from the skies! Try and stop me!
Phew.
Rev the engines! Let's fly! Bullseye! Full throttle! Take me up!
This person joined my world. They haven't said what they wanted yet.
Being too popular can be such a hassle. Who knew the people would adore me so much?
What is this person doing?
I'd have lost myself long ago if I allowed myself to be led by the whispers of the abyss. Surviving is tough, but taming the beast
Tea parties
within
are a must
is
for the
tougher.
well-mannered. If you'd like to learn the proper etiquette, I'd be happy to teach you.
Let's fly!
Like, I need this last 2%, bro.
Let's fly! Bullseye! Locked on!
Hold on to your hats.
Light of the blade!
blazing sun!
Let's fly.
She needs help with Farina. Or they need help.
Take me up.
Try and stop me! Pyroclastic surge! Ah!
Let's fly.
I'm a little out of practice these days. Any conflicts around? I'm in the mood for some peacemaking.
Light it up!
I'm going in. Let's light it up! Everybody stand back!
Wrath from the skies!
Overruled!
Incinerate! Full throttle!
Teamwork is dreamwork!
Light of the blazing sun! Ah!
Stabilize!
Rev the engines!
I hear children singing. Witness my... Stop me!
Gather! I will have order.
Everlasting as the moon! Blazing sun! Incinerate!
Stabilize! Gather!
Full throttle!
Solidify! This is order! Stabilize!
Pyroclastic surge! Transfixed! Incinerate!
Solidify!
Rats from the skies!
Stabilize!
Try and stop me! Try and stop me!
Gather!
Farouk! Full throttle! Light of the blazing sun! Transfixed!
Solidify!
Try and stop me! Pyroclastic surge! Laid bare! Incinerate!
Why are there so many teleport waypoints in Fontaine? What do you mean, why? You think this is a lot? There's a lot in every area. But mostly because it has 2 maps. It has an underwater map as well. So, yeah. What are they doing? They're still there.
Exploration and trials. Adventuring is right up my alley.
It's way more than Mondstadt. I mean, yeah, it's a decent amount. I mean, Mondstadt's only the first area, so like, yeah. Mondstadt's literally only this right here. It's Dragon Spine, and then yeah. So I mean, that makes sense.
Rev the engines!
The W promo.
Ah! Yeah.
Nice.
Incinerate! Full throttle! Rev the engines! Try and stop me! Rev the engines! Full throttle!
Of course it's the Pyro one.
Order guide you.
Light of the blazing sun! Ah! Rev the engines!
How did that not count, bro? I found a thing and everything. This game hates me.
Let's fly.
Rise with the sun! Ha! Open fire! Open fire!
Bullseye!
Do I have the guy with the snake on his neck? No, I don't have Baiju. Nope, I don't own Baiju. He is one of the characters that I want though. No, I don't have him though. I'm not missing many characters either. I actually have a decent amount of them. But I am, yeah, missing quite a few characters. I wonder if this counts. I don't think it does though. Dude, I just want to find this last 2%, bro. You seen the video that if you run with him, you die? Wait, what? I don't know nothing about that. That sounds crazy. Like, what? Why? Why would he just die? Yo, I found a chest. Let's go.
The rewards of an adventure worth remembering.
That's still only 98%, bro. Oh my gosh. I found another one. Oh my god. We're at 99. Oh my god, I just found 2 chests back to back in the same area. I just need a few more chests. Oh my gosh. How are there 2 chests over here back to back like that? That's actually crazy. How is that even possible? Gonna take a few years to get that 1%? That's funny. This is it. Well, here's another chest, but it's probably not gonna be it.
More makes a lot of problems go away. So
Yeah,
you can never have too much
99%.
more, huh?
Yeah. Still 99, but we found another. We found 3 chests in this area. How? That's crazy. Oh, that didn't give a chest. Damn.
Let's fly.
Oh, wait, there's something right here. Oh.
Stabilize.
Why is it not working? Oh, it lit up, but it. Oh. And that one went away.
Full throttle!
Nice.
Hey, not a bad haul.
Is that 100%? Oh my god, it's still not 100%, bro. Oh my god, yeah, those are chests. Yeah, yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah, those are chests, so you have to put a geo thing on it, or someone can stand on it like that, and then, yeah, the chest comes out.
Try and stop me! Incinerator! Overruled!
Nope, nothing.
Full throttle!
I just stood on those and I was thinking it was gonna do something.
Try and stop me! Grab the engines!
Yoo-hoo! Ah.
How brilliant!
Solidify!
Try and stop me! Incinerate! Full throttle!
Another test.
Wrath from the skies!
The wrong test subject.
Incinerate!
Gather!
Ha!
The show begins!
Rev the engines!
The rewards of an adventure worth remembering.
Are you kidding me, bro? Dude, I found like 3 chests so far after getting 99 and it's still not done yet. How is that even possible, man? Who built a flying motorcycle for her? I don't know. I have no idea, bro. What time period are they in? They don't have internet, computers, anything like that, but they have motorcycles, boats with engines. I don't know, but they don't have boats with engines. We have a boat. I don't know if it has an engine though. The boat that we used in Inazuma or in Fontaine, they don't look like they have engines. I mean, they could though.
Try and stop me! Full throttle!
Hip.
Light of the blazing sun!
Bro, how did I miss it? Like how? Dude dodged my whole attack.
Off we go. Off we go.
Another test cell. Freeze!
Open fire!
Bullseye! Bullseye!
Such a pain.
What does Bennett's ultimate do? It gives you an attack buff. So any character standing in the circle that Bennett makes with his ultimate, it heals you and you get an attack increase. This has to be the last 1%. This has to be it. This has to be it. This has to be it. This has to be it.
Something to add to my collection.
How? Dude, there's no way. Dude, I opened like 4 chests after I got 99%, bro. I'm dead ass. How is this still 99? Nah, this game's holding me right now. I'm not gonna lie, this game's kind of doing me dirty right now. I'm not gonna lie. Dude. I've opened like 3 to 4 chests after 99%, right? How is it still 99? That's not making any sense. I opened a comment chest and an exquisite chest at that. Like, what? Dude, there's no way. There's actually no way. What? Like, what? How? Actually, how?
Rev the engines! Try and stop me!
Take me up!
Open fire!
Everybody stand back!
Wrath from the skies!
Finally, 100%. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Thank you. Alright, next area will be this area right here. Godly, bro. That just took forever. And then this area right here. Why does gliding take stamina? I never got that. I don't know, to be honest. I don't know, but it does. Let's go. I got 100%, man. Let's go. W, 3 hours, 53 minutes, almost close to 4 hours. But I'm just going to end it right here. It doesn't matter about getting to 4 hours or not. W stream, let's go. I'll be back tomorrow with another grind. You already know, man. Peace out.